What up? Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's the Diz What It Is podcast, man. I'm the world famous DJ Diz. I got my right hand man Southside C's with me
in the building.
And today our special guest, the one and only, this intelligent brother, DJ Wise.
Yo.
One of my homies from way back, man. Definitely a dope DJ, dope MC, dope hip hop head for the culture. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. So I'm glad you came to kick it with us today. This is our unofficial, quote unquote, Juneteenth episode.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna talk Juneteenth, man. We're gonna talk a lot of black topics today, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
We're gonna give them some history. We're gonna give them some Jews, and yeah, we're gonna have a good time with this one, man. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start with you. How we do every week. See how you feeling, man?
Good, man. I'm good. Got some rest this weekend. I've been in the yard last couple of weekends.
Yard
you know what I'm
boy.
saying? Yard boy. But nah, it was a chill weekend. As far as the week, it was a decent week. You know what I mean? Work week always long. I'm still hating on all you niggas that had that extended, overpaid vacation. Because I was working every day for you niggas.
Yeah, facts.
Other than that, man, good week, man. Productive week.
What about you, Wise?
Yeah, same here, man. Staying busy, man, in my studies and working.
Okay.
Working in the medical field, so I'm staying busy with that.
Mm.
Also, so just seeing a lot of things happening in the world through that lens, and just viewing how things is, man, and just staying productive out here, man. That's what we gotta do. So.
Right.
I did the same too, man. Like this week, I did a lot of productive things in the crib, man. I've been getting my little 2-man Todd on, man. So I've been on a lot of little home projects. I'm thinking about starting a little company for real.
Word.
You know what I mean? Starting a little interior
productive.
decorating company.
Right.
Y'all hire me. I'm charging for bathrooms, bedrooms, all that good shit. You know what I mean? But,
nice nigga.
yeah, man.
Yeah, interior design now.
Nah. This is something I always wanted to do, man. No bullshit. It's always a passion of mine. Always been an art dude. Always been, crafty and shit. And always make shit with my hands. So that's something I wanted to do, man.
Homeboy Productions.
Thought about this.
That's a business.
Rich
Gotta
people.
start it,
It's another
good
source.
shit away.
It's another source of income.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's definitely another source of income.
If you're not capitalizing through COVID-19, yo, you a bum.
Something
You ain't
wrong
winning
with
out
it.
here.
It's out here, dog. Money is falling
you
right
wasting
now.
time.
It's falling. You gotta know where it's at.
Even the lazy ones is getting money right
Yeah,
now.
you feel me? Like,
So if
you
you're
know,
not, then like, damn. For real, I know niggas that's lazy is getting money right now. Don't move their feet at all.
Right.
No job, making more than me.
Making it happen, right?
They making more than me.
Winning.
I can't be mad at them, yo. Straight
It's called
up.
unemployment.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's hot.
Unemployment is blessing the world right now, man.
And unfortunately, it is. I mean, it's gonna be a disaster next year when we look back at
You
it.
think so?
Man, inflation, man.
Mmm.
Inflation, you gotta look at that. As far as income, you know what I'm saying? You
Right,
can't-
like everybody eating right now.
Right now. You
Gas
know,
going
hey,
up to $5.
But shit gonna go up because everybody making money.
Hey man, look at the food costs right now. I mean, shopping in the grocery store is
Right
definitely
back.
going up, you know.
Yeah, groceries are going up,
It's
man.
going up, man.
Groceries
So
are
you
going
gotta
up.
look at it.
Especially if you eating healthy. If you already eating healthy, then you know them joints is getting higher and higher, man. I don't even want to go to Whole Foods or nothing like
It's
Trader
all
Joe's.
difficult.
20
And you gotta
ounce
stay in line.
Coca-Cola, $2.39, dog.
Man,
Yo, I bought a Snicker bar the other day for like $2. A plain ass Snicker bar. I wasn't even the king size joint or nothing, yo. That shit was $1.89. It was a regular ass Snicker bar.
remember
It's
the
feels heard about that
back
shit.
in the day, right?
Yeah,
It's
man.
only $1
Felt some
now,
kind of
too.
way.
It's crazy.
Think about it, though. I feel it.
that's
Inflation,
crazy.
shit gonna change, man.
Gas going to $5.
I hope not. That's California.
Yeah, it's about to get wicked. I mean, I can see the repercussions of all this money that they giving away. Somebody got to answer for it.
You gotta use it right.
You know what I mean?
Y'all think we're gonna have to pay that shit back?
I mean,
some kind of way.
isn't there programs like this is set aside for situations like a pandemic?
I mean,
Is it?
I guess they were, but I guess
It's not, right?
it's not really.
Yeah,
You
ain't
know
no
what I'm saying?
programs.
I mean,
So
it's called
they was just
fiscal
saying we got some money.
responsibility.
We got the money in this account. Hit them with the Birdman and Gilly. Yeah, we got some money in this account.
Nah, I guess when you get it, you right.
was
You gotta be
unprecedented right
fiscally
there.
responsible.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You gotta know what to do with it. Invest it. You gotta reuse it. You gotta be resourceful with money. If you don't know how to reinvest it, like say start a business, then of course
You're gonna spend out.
you can spend out.
Yeah, that's some real shit.
You gotta
man.
keep it going. You know what I'm saying? It's a money cycle. It's called a business cycle. You know.
So then it makes sense then. All of this money that they're giving away to spark the economy is a circle. So they just trying to regenerate some.
But like you said, some people it's chilling.
Yeah.
So,
It's lazy. I seen some wild shit, not even the jump topics, but it's all about money. I seen some shit that Ice Cube said. He was saying that he thinks that he's even pushing for this right now, that all black people should be tax exempt. Me and my mother was talking about it yesterday, just riding to Home Depot or whatever, and just, you know what I mean, chatting about it. And she was like, not only should we not pay taxes, but they should give us that versus the reparations. Like she was saying that over time would probably work out better unless they're giving us 40 acres in a mule.
Or a reservation or some.
What you gonna do with a mule, bro?
I don't give a fuck, but I got 40 acres.
You want that shit though? Give me. I want my mule. I don't know what the fuck to do with it, but y'all give it. I want my shit.
I wouldn't
what
care.
you gonna do with that shit though?
I wouldn't care, but at this point, that like, what options would you have? What would you say financially the government could do to like help the black community? You know what I'm saying? Whether it's reparations or letting us be tax exempt. My mom's brought up the idea of black folks getting student loans. Like if you went to school, you know what I mean? You don't have to pay no student loans or something like that. Like just
what's the definition of
weird
black?
ideas.
Definition of black.
The definition of black?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what's gonna come down to it when the government say, well, I guess
because Indian.
back in the day, if you had a certain amount of a percentage of black blood in your body, you was black, right? Was it 1/10? If you got 1/10 of black in your body, you black, right?
Well, technically African.
African,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
So
African.
anybody of African descent should be, you know what I mean?
Anybody of African
receive
descent.
all of the benefits of whatever reparations they decide to give.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
which I think
as far as what I think they should do, I like that whole tax thing. I like the no taxes. I like the free college. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you gotta look
If
at
the
how
opportunity
they
was
with the
there-
Indians, you know what I'm saying? How the Indians, they have their
They did
reservations.
the Indians dirty.
Right, so you gotta look at, hey, if you really want these tax exemptions.
But they got reservations though. And
Yeah,
they
they
got
got
casinos,
casinos,
and they
but-
got, you know what I mean? What we got? I
But-
feel like we not getting reparations, and they talking us be patient and not giving us, like, they don't want to say slavery was wrong, and to say that we deserve reparations, they gotta. I almost feel like it's like that South African apartheid type situation. They don't want to say what we really did to y'all, or how we tried to stop y'all, or put everything on the table with some bread. They just want to give a nigga a Ferrari.
I mean,
Hank
that's-
said put 100 points on everybody credit.
and that's what I'm talking
100
about.
points to everybody
Yes,
credit?
yes.
That's not a bad idea either, yo.
Yes.
Fuck
Yeah,
that, you
yeah,
might
That's
as well
not a
get a nigga
bad
800.
idea either.
Yeah, give
Fuck
us-
the 100
Give
points.
everybody, I mean, not even a perfect credit, but you know what I'm saying?
Perfect credit.
Give
That's
us
real
something to,
reparations.
yeah, give us something, yeah, right.
750.
That's
You're
real.
right. Give us something to build off of. that we
Cause I
can
might got a
use.
400 credit score. You give me 100 points, nigga. I'm
Yeah,
still in the dark.
You're right. If your credit score is terrible, then you still put it 100 that can do nothing.
700 plus.
I mean,
Nigga, give me
that's-
the 1,000 then, nigga.
Yeah.
Put me on
I think they should do something financially for black folks.
Right.
Period, though.
Right. That's
You know what I'm
financial,
saying?
yes.
Like financially,
Credit,
whether
or
it's
taxes,
whether it's
taxes.
credit,
It's-
being
it's-
tax exempt, which Ice Cube is really pushing for,
think
and I
that's
think
smart.
that shit might like go before the credit thing go. You know what I mean? Like,
Everybody's gonna be fouling that they black.
you're right.
You gotta prove it though.
You can do that
You gotta
on your
prove
own.
it, B. You gotta
Say
prove
little
it.
things, you
Because
just do
look,
it on your
when
own.
you go to Walmart, what you see? A whole bunch of
Listen.
little mixed kids with old white ladies.
But if you do go to Ancestry.com, it be white as white motherfuckers with 15% African descent.
I mean,
That's
they
real.
find out what it comes
Ancestors,
from.
yeah, you right.
That's real.
So
That's real.
they can
Everybody
tell you
has
they
some
ain't
black in them.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Irish and
They identify
Germans.
So
where
I
it
guess
comes
do they
from.
have to put in a certain percentage? You
I
gotta be a
mean-
certain percentage of black.
I mean, we gotta look at
that
it.
might cancel some black folk out. You can be black and black. You only
Cancel.
you only
You cancel
25%.
I feel like all of this shit was documented, yo. They just not releasing the paperwork on some, you know what I mean?
Like what?
Like on a court situation, like when you ask for your motion of discovery in court, they got to give you all of the information that they got against you. So now, if we come back and they trying to find out who really needs the reparations or who it goes to, they got the records to where they picked us up at, what ships the vessels came in, or even if the books was cooked, they can follow that. I feel
So you saying
personally that they got that shit.
So you saying if us as black folk came to the government like, look, we know it's time for y'all to give it
Y'all
up.
give up the
Give up
paperwork
our
and tell
motion.
niggas where you know what I'm saying,
Where we from.
when they broke this family up over here, and like what was that movie that we watched?
That's gonna be impossible.
That it was like it was a movie that I showed y'all where they were showing how the slaves would come in, they would take them off the boats, throw them in pits, clean them off and shit, all of that shit. Like they have that documented. Like they had that was taxed.
So do
They
you
was
want
taxing
education,
niggas.
education and money? Because the education will probably highlight more anything beneficial to us than anything. Because knowing our language, knowing where we come from,
Right.
is actually going to give us a benefit of actually being more inspirational.
More than finances.
More than finances.
Right.
I think the credit part is more smart because I say we gotta look at how industrial. If you know how industrial we were, how what skills we really had, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Our
right.
language and stuff like that.
We can make that go further.
That will go further than anything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's why I say
yeah.
we can, and you know I say, and if you identify, we all can identify where we're from. That's a difference. That's a difference of us not knowing right now. That's
Right,
the whole
that's
thing.
what
But with
I'm
the
glad
credit,
y'all
hold on,
brought
with
both
the
those
credit,
points.
you enter a cycle of still, you're in a cycle. I
Yeah.
feel like once you figure out who you want to give it to, just give everybody a house that's worth a certain amount of money, a $300,000
Basically, 40
house.
acres and a mule,
You
but in
making-
contemporary
exactly.
terms.
You
I
making
get
everyone,
that.
you making all
I get
black
that.
folks homeowners now.
I get that.
Now y'all work with that.
Right.
So I'm glad y'all brought those points up. How you were bringing up the slavery point and how we got to a certain a certain place in life. You know what I mean, as black people. And you came through with the Juneteenth idea. Like, y'all want to talk Juneteenth with you on the podcast, and I think that ties in perfectly on where we were going with this episode, man. So elaborate to some of these people, man, what Juneteenth is, what it's about, because a lot of brothers and sisters don't know.
Right.
That's number one.
Right.
And number two, they don't even know what it means to celebrate Juneteenth.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like going and buying that from black businesses and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
So Juneteenth is basically is the end of when they actually declared the order free and saying everybody was free in Texas. And that was the last stronghold state of where where there was a lot of slaves, but the message wasn't getting there. So it was the last place in Texas where there's a general down there. He announced it. And from there, it kind of became a national holiday. In 1920s, 1930s, throughout the South, they kind of made a national holiday and nationalized it. Just like we have Black History Month, things like that, and celebrate all these other holidays and without the year. This is also one of our days we should be looking at and highlighting in June, because June is also a music month. June's filled with a lot of celebration. You know what I'm saying? And this is kind of for one of these days that and still ingrained with our history you should know about, because it wasn't started by somebody black. I said a white general announced this order. It was the government that did that. You know what I'm saying? And saying in that fashion, we were already free 2 years before that through Abraham Lincoln. But this was the final, like, hey, y'all done, y'all free. You know what I'm saying? We have to recognize that, because we defeated. At that point, it was saying we defeated the Confederate, and that's what I'm saying. So the Confederate flag and things, we look at it like that. I look at people that also represent that. Hey, they can go ahead and have that, but I go ahead and say, man, I'm an American. And I say it because I'm also part of hip hop. And hip hop was born in America. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, if anything, I know where I come from historically, as far as my ancestors and things like that. But I'm born here, and I represent that, also at the same time too. So we gotta know, let's say, identify where we do come from and where we at the same time, because if we can't recognize these things that we can't celebrate and identify with how I said, there's no organization. We can't even, like, we out here with Black Lives Matter right now, all stuff going on, so we should also infuse this also, you know what I'm saying, celebrate, because this was a day of jubilation and music and festivals all throughout the South,
So speaking of the Black Lives Matter movement, and you touched on a couple of topics between that and Juneteenth. I see a lot of people celebrating Juneteenth this year, which is dope. A lot of people are saying we're not going for 4th of July, we're going to go for Juneteenth. I'm with all of that. Let's do our cookouts. Let's wear red, black, and green. Let's celebrate being us, as a community, and I think that's super dope. What I also see is a lot of corporations are making this a national holiday now. I saw the NFL do it. I think Starbucks, they had to do it because they on some backlash. Starbucks, y'all still cancel. There was a couple other corporations though that are like, I think T-Mobile, Twitter, Squarespace, things like that. There's some major like tech corporations too, man, that are making Juneteenth a paid holiday at that, man, national holiday. So now they're pushing for Juneteenth to be a federal holiday.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, if you working, you're going to get a day off just like it was 4th of July.
Right.
Right, yeah. So I think that's awesome, man. I think that's awesome.
I'm with any time off from work, anytime.
Big up the days off.
Yeah,
freedom is free. Because at the end of the day, I said we should, we should celebrate each other. And if we ain't doing it every day, we identify days we are doing it.
Yeah.
But we do have 4th of July. They still do have Christmas and all the other things, and it's built around economics. So if we can take these days and really build economics into it, then it's going to make sense, you know what I'm saying? If we had 29 days of economics and Black History Month, that probably would change everything.
That makes sense. That makes sense right there.
It
really does. Because you think about it, all the holidays are tied to money. Valentine's Day, everybody's spending bread. Mother's Day, Father's Day coming up, by the way. I hope y'all spending just as much money as Mother's Day. What else though? Like all the joints, Christmas, Halloween, everything, definitely. Easter, everything is tied to spending money. So even Thanksgiving tied to spending money. Everybody will bum out on the grocery bill. But I think that's dope that we incorporate that for Juneteenth. and start spending money in black businesses.
Yeah,
So
that'd be good.
Juneteenth is the day, like we go out on Black Friday and spend a bunch of money.
Right.
Like let's go out on Juneteenth and spend the money with black businesses. What y'all think about that? Vasa, see
Who
you.
started the Juneteenth thing again?
I said it's the government.
It was the government. There was a white general who
Right.
started it.
Yeah, down in Texas.
Okay, so me personally, I ain't never with my oppressor co-opting my movement and giving me a day.
Well,
Me personally.
That's a great perspective. That's a great perspective.
still-
But you have to do more research on the Juneteenth
It
before
don't
you say
matter,
that.
man.
'Cause
It
it's
was-
not about.
it don't
It's not
matter.
even that. It's not that
It
shallow.
don't even
of a-
matter who
I mean,
started it, what it
I mean,
was.
it's-
It's a commemorative day to say that this is the day that you motherfuckers don't gotta pick this shovel up unless you're getting paid
But
for
what I'm trying to say is, if you know the deeper meaning to the freedom of the slaves, it won't because they allowed it. It's because there was so many rebellions. They had to stop that shit.
Glad you said that. Do you think that's what
We
we
took
are?
it for real,
Do
but
you-
now they co-opted
Do
and
you
saying
think
they
that's
gave
what
it
we
to us.
are today?
Okay.
In society today, do y'all think that's what we are as far as like you said, the rebellions, the riots? Another brother was just killed in Atlanta
Yeah,
2
like
nights
it.
ago at the
I-
Wendy's. You
I
know what
like
I'm
this
saying?
perspective, like I said, because I said,
His name
far,
Rayshard
far as,
Brooks.
like I said, as far as the precedent. The only reason why I'm bringing it up because I said is I'm not sure what other day we gonna really talk about. What other day we gonna create for each other? You know what I'm saying? Like let's celebrate Kwanzaa, right? I'm saying that. Hey, we gotta identify with something.
Got Marcus Garvey. He created days. He
I mean,
created a whole system for us.
I
He did.
understand. I read all that too.
And we should do
I'm
more
with
research
that.
on that. If y'all didn't hear Vegan Vibes, he was saying Marcus Garvey. Make
Right.
sure y'all go and look my man, all my Garveyites, what up?
Right.
I mean,
But,
I'm definitely all the way with. I'm not saying I'm with the white men impressing me in at all. I'm just highlighting, you know, what I'm saying some. As far as a creative, as a DJ, somebody that understands music festivals and what I'm tied to is going on right now in my community. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with the free day off of work.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you got a Juneteenth festival coming up, right?
Right, yeah, we have a June 15th. We have a new art center over in Newport News. My good friend Asa Jackson, he's one of the main artists in this area.
Okay.
He has a building over there on Ward Boulevard. And we're gonna have a celebration, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's I said about our community, you know. I said
Okay.
bringing together all the poets, the DJs, people can come out in the community and write their expressions and they create their messages on the building, on the wall, and things like that, just to come out and be able to highlight, you know what I'm saying, themselves, and
Okay.
highlight our achievements and highlight each other, you know.
That's what's up, y'all.
Dope.
That's what's up, man.
Better than
So-
4th of July.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know
so
what I'm saying?
June
Like, you know.
19th, if y'all not doing anything, make sure y'all are in Newport News.
Right.
Go to this Juneteenth festival. Man, it's gonna be dope. Like they got poets out there, musicians, artists, DJs. It's gonna be great for the culture, man.
Yeah,
our culture, you know what I mean? So
go
make sure y'all
ahead
go
and
check
say
that for
the
sure.
Like it. That's big, man.
The IG
Salute to
handle is
that.
Contemporary Artist Network, Contemporary Arts Network. You can look on the DJ Wise, DJWYZE on IG, on Facebook, and you can see the messages and the posts about that. You know, check it out. But yeah, it's on 96001 Warwick Boulevard in Newport News.
96001 Newport News, Warwick Boulevard. Make sure y'all go hit that joint for shit-o. You know who else doing one? DJ Dirty Dot.
Yeah,
Our
yeah,
homegirl,
yeah.
our friend, our
Right.
sister. She doing another joint. She's doing a
What
June
up, guy? How
19th. She's doing one at her crib.
Mm-hmm.
And she's having a celebration same way. She have performances. She's doing a puff, sip, and paint. All of that, man. So
Newport
everybody
News
that's
always
doing it. Yeah,
Like,
Newport News
they
is
always
culture,
doing
man.
that,
Yeah,
Real
shout
talk,
out
they
to
like-
Dirty Dot.
They blowing up like a little baby DC for real.
Right.
Like they're
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
really culture. If you go up there,
Moving
it's,
right now.
it is, man. It's definitely a chocolate city for sure, man. They showing love out there, man, for real. What was we at, man? We was talking about the brother who got killed in Atlanta. Like
Yeah.
how y'all feel this
Rayshard-
rebellion?
Rayshard
This-
Brooks, man.
Yeah,
What's
Rashard
happening?
Brooks.
I mean,
He was wild.
He was wilding. That's your
Crazy.
point. You think he was wilding?
He grabbed the taser, ran
thought he was
away.
Taser's not a deadly weapon,
I
sir.
know.
I thought he was asleep.
Taser's not a
Nah,
deadly
he grabbed the
weapon.
taser, ran away, and
When they
shot
approached
back
him,
at the cop. They should
That's
have shot
when they
Christian
approached him. They had no
Perez.
reason to arrest him.
On record, they should
Christian
have shot
Perez.
him.
Right.
Said
What up, Chris? My guy. How
He
you?
still wilding.
Hey, look, man. At the end of the day, I don't think he was wilding. I think that brother was a law-abiding citizen when they approached him, and then
Yo,
They-
I feel like
I
this.
thought he was asleep.
I
he
feel like
was.
this.
When they approached him, he was in his car.
If you're a servant, if you're a public servant, you work for me. 1, if you're a law enforcement agent, 2, you should be trained for me not to be able to touch your gun, your taser, your badge, your face. You know what I'm saying? None of that. So if I obtain your gun, you fucked up.
Yeah.
If I get your taser, you fucked up.
No, check this out though. they were all tussling on the ground. If you saw the video, they were tussling on the ground with him, and that's how he got the taser, because there was two of them on top of him. This man fighting for his life at this point. Look at the heat and the temperature in society right now.
Right.
Yeah,
if I'm a black
for my
man and
life.
2 police is fighting on me,
Right.
I might be afraid to die too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel him. He wasn't wilding. Now when he got away and started running, he turned around with a taser. Like I said again, that's not a deadly weapon, sir.
Shit,
So at the
yellow
end
as
of the-
hell.
So at the end of the day, you have a flak jacket on as a police officer. You scared to get tased on your flak jacket? So you shoot this man, what, they shot him 6 times? Something like that?
Something like that.
3?
It's three, yeah.
I don't give a fuck. That, like, you know what I mean? So as black people, we're gonna get more and more angry, man. These riots, they shut down Interstate 75 last night in Atlanta. It's about to get
Well, they burned
even
down
more
the
real.
windows, though.
Yo.
Did that make sense?
They said burn down buildings.
That was a
I don't care. Burn
white
that shit
lady.
down. Burn that shit down. You know why? Because the Wendy's people was the one who called the police on him and said he was in his car sleeping.
And it was a white lady that burned it down though.
And it was a white lady who burnt the Wendy's down. So, what we do? Wendy's about to get canceled anyway.
You started canceling Wendy's before that. I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
Wendy's about to get canceled anyway, man. A slave owner was part of that shit, man.
And police.
And they part of the Trump re-election campaign.
And the police are trained to be able to withstand a certain amount of voltage to even
Exactly.
hold the taser.
Exactly.
They have it on the
When they get a taser, they get tased. When they get pepper sprayed, they get pepper sprayed in the face first before they get it. So yeah, fuck them.
I mean, so do you think this police reform that's going on now in all these different cities going to be effective at all?
I don't. I know. I'm glad you asked that. They defunding the police, right? But what does that really mean? They taking away their money.
Right.
That thing, to me, I think it's gonna be more crooked police in the
It's
streets.
gonna make some more hardship.
They're gonna be more crooked if they're not getting money. Like their budgets cut, their checks getting cut.
It's gonna create more.
They're gonna be on the streets busting ass for real.
Right.
Hitting the dope boys in the trap houses and not putting nothing on camera or nothing, and
Like I said,
everybody
that
going down and
economics,
giving
if
their
they
money
pockets-
up.
If you hit their pockets, they don't hit the streets.
Exactly.
Right?
We've seen it in these
So-
TV shows, which
Yeah,
also
right.
always depict actual life, man.
Yeah.
They always do, man. When we watch these shows, these movies, these should be depicting real life, man. This should go on in front of our eyes.
Right.
Used to be sci-fi.
It used to be science fiction. That shit is not science fiction
What was
no
that?
more,
What was that on
man.
Netflix? 7 seconds? Did I see that?
Mhm.
Right.
Sure though.
Yo, it's another joint on Netflix, by the way, called
Yo,
The
this-
13th.
It's
It's
tough,
called The
bro.
13th.
That's tough, man.
I haven't watched it yet, but I
disheartening,
highly
man.
suggest everybody watch that joint. And Spike Lee's joint,
Spike Lee,
The Five Bloods. I highly
Five Bloods.
suggest everybody watch that. I haven't got to that myself. Like I said, I
Salute.
caught the trailer.
Salute
But salute
Spike
to
Lee.
Spike, one of the greatest black directors of all
Yes,
time.
definitely a pillar. Definitely a pillar
The
in
Five
black
Bloods.
cinema.
Okay, like The Five Bloods is like it's about to like blacks in the military. You know what I mean? But
I
back
think that was
back then-
Vietnam that they was in.
Was it Vietnam?
I looked at the
It was
trailer.
You
I
watched
watched
it
it tonight.
Vosh, you
I
watched
watched
it,
it.
right? Give me just a little bit, but don't give away the movie, but just enough so he
I
can
saw
know
the
the
trailer.
plot.
It's more so about well, I'm gonna just speak from not giving up anything, but what Spike Lee is highlighting is black man in the military from all the way going back to Christmas Addicts
The
and
Christmas
the
Addicts,
Revolutionary War. So he taking this story to throw his teachers in there and he putting pictures in, like you know how Spike do,
Right,
he'll
right.
really put it in your face, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? So he'll do a scene and then actually put the actual person picture from 1790 or 19 this and this. So that's what he's doing. He taking these 5 Vietnam vets. That's the story about them. 4 of them go back to Vietnam to do their little mission or whatever the case is. But throughout that, he's showing you how long we've been fighting for this country.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
And how expendable
We've been
they
fighting.
feel you
How
are.
do
You know
y'all
what I'm
feel about
saying?
that, though? You know, I mean, I was in the military for 4 years. I mean, I did my. I said I did
Salute,
my time.
salute.
You know,
Salute to you, man.
It was
Appreciate
it was
your
definitely
sacrifice, your service.
But it was definitely cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I went in young, and for
Right.
me it was an experience because it helped me just kind of focus. You know what I'm saying? Playing
Discipline and
basketball,
whatnot.
discipline. And that's really saying having being able to get a job and move to California and live differently. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I say black people that's been serving in the military, you know, I definitely salute them. But it's like I said, to identify. Like I said, we here and fight for a country. How do y'all feel about that? Because we have a
Fighting for a country that never fought for us.
right. You know what I'm saying? How do y'all feel about that? Because I mean, I see people that say go back to Africa, and I'm like, damn, like, all right, well, I've been to Africa twice. And then y'all go there, y'all
Salute to that.
probably don't want to come back here quick. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of tough over there too. Like I'm in South Africa, man, and
Yeah.
power outages for throughout the day, 4 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't got a maid, you probably living in Soweto. You know, you really got that. So it's like identifying the world. So, and that's what, I think when people join the military, they look for. And I said, and So I look, even my friends that join, you know what I'm saying, the ones that's in still, you know, they're doing something because they're like, man, I don't know where else you know, they
People
can fight
do
that.
it, but people do it to travel. People do it to
Yeah, they do it for a lot of different
yeah,
reasons.
like
I know a lot of people.
like-
I know a lot of people that don't feel talented or want to go to college or be educated and use military as a last resort to have a real career.
But
in
think
this
about
area
that.
anyway,
Yeah.
it's a military town.
your pops was military.
Yeah.
My pops was military.
Yeah.
My grandfather fought in World War II.
Right.
You know what I'm
So I'm
saying?
saying
Like,
the call
it's-
to action though is like, hey, that's a difference. Like, are you really gonna fight for your country? Like, say are you fighting for your home? Like somebody came here and started shit.
So
here.
are we?
What would
Why
you
are we
do?
fight? Why? So you're saying this? So
Now, what would
black
you do?
people? Why are blacks in the military? Why we fight
Right.
for a country and never fought for us?
Right. What would you do?
Because they're killing us in the streets.
They killing us faster
They
over
coming
in
out.
Iraq.
They coming out in war gear.
They
This
killing us-
riot gear look just like the same shit that they fighting
Right.
overseas.
They
Right.
killing us in Iraq too, man.
Right.
They killing young black soldiers in Iraq the same way they killing young black soldiers over here in Chicago. Same way they killing young black brothers in Atlanta, in Florida, in New York City, in every city across America, whether it's us killing each other or the police killing us. But we dying fast as shit. Which goes into another topic.
No, you know what we need as far as back to the reparations thing?
What?
Give us California.
It's
Nigga.
California.
Give us California.
You don't want California because that's going to be in the ocean soon. But more so, what I was going to say is, if you reverse the thought process of saying they the immigrants, we were here first.
Right.
Yeah.
But we fighting their agenda
Right.
when we in the military. But this really is,
Nah,
if you
man.
want
That's
to
what-
place ownership on land,
Right.
even though I don't look at it as no one owns the land.
Right.
We were
We
here
here
first.
first. We was here
They
first.
the immigrants.
Right.
Right.
Because if you look back at Mansa Musa in that time, you know what I'm saying? You look back at that time, you'll kind of see
Islam.
how you know what I'm saying, we were here first.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? There, you look
Well,
at
I-
Ivan Van Sertiman, you know, he got books about, you know, before Columbus was, you know,
Yep.
you know, if you look at the Olmecs and things like that,
Yeah.
down there.
The statues are still there,
You'll
but
see,
you
know
can
what
see
I'm
them.
saying? Like, hey,
If y'all not
fighting-
listening, he's dropping Jews on y'all. Alright,
Put
pay
out a
attention.
very good book. You say that
Pay
again, for
attention.
real.
Yeah, say that book again, man, for them so they can hear that, man.
Before Columbus, Ivan Van Sertiman, he also got a book called a book about the Moors. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know about the Moor history, I said know our history and what we're really fighting for. I'm fighting for because I ain't going nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm trying to
So
say.
we're
man.
fighting against the agenda,
Right.
and more or less than the actual, the country, quote
Right.
unquote. You know what I mean? Like I said, we were here first. You know what I mean? So that's
That's what I believe. I mean, I don't know. I can't really spell nobody else, but I believe we've been here, and that's why even as I said, our reparations is kind of like that. Because it's like, yo, this is kind of our land. Like, you know,
Yeah,
That's why Juneteenth is so important. I think that's why Juneteenth is so important, man.
And that's why they need to get up this paperwork
paperwork,
so we
yeah.
can see. You know what I mean? Because I feel like sometimes I feel like a landless man. You know what I'm saying? Like how can you represent something when you don't have anything to
Right,
represent?
right,
You get me?
right.
So
Now, I understand that.
give up the
yeah.
paperwork.
Yeah, Lil
Donald-
Cuz-
Donnie, give up
Lil-
the paperwork.
Lil Cuz said that too, man. He was saying that we are a nationless
Right.
people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and when you lost, I said it's definitely when shit happens, man. Like it's like in personal life when you feel lost, you just shit. That's when you consider a bum and can't get your life together. You know what I'm saying? So
Gotta have knowledge
that
of
shit,
self.
that shit happened. That's a continuous thing
Islam.
over years and years of feeling lost and being not connected to anything.
Facts.
You know, you're gonna always. I said, and then it's ingrained in us after a while. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't nothing. We can't help each other, and we can't identify what we used to be or what we have been doing.
Right.
You know, shit. I look at it. We build pyramids. I don't give a. I really don't care what else y'all talking
Yeah,
about.
we can do anything.
We build pyramids. Y'all can't identify to that. You can't. You should understand how powerful we are as people. You know what I'm saying?
That's real
But
shit.
it also maybe the problem is, as being a man, being connecting yourself to the land is your downfall. Because you are not that. You are yourself. You only belong to you. What's inside you. That's the only
And the
thing.
soul
That's,
is universal.
yeah, exactly. Your land is probably a man's downfall. That's what we fight for the most, and we kill for the most.
Yeah.
Territory.
Yeah.
Territory. Is that bred in us as men to fight for
I
territory?
think so.
White and black. Yeah.
White, black, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Color.
but
It's bred in us as men to fight for territory, land.
That's just in a man's biology to defend. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the
if
own,
I piss on this
defend,
tree,
you know?
nigga, it's my tree.
Not even just
You know what I'm
man,
saying?
not even just human, but the male
Yeah, male
species.
species,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
conquering,
Whether it's a
yeah.
lion or you know what I
Yeah.
mean, or elephant. Like,
Nah, lions are nomads.
Right.
They
I'm talking about the male
move.
species, but they still are
That's
territorial.
dominance.
They're
No,
territorial.
they
Man,
not
what you mean they
territorial.
not? These bitches with me is my bitches. You not coming over here.
No,
That's
no,
how
They got a
I
pride. They have a
no.
certain
They
pride.
fight.
That's,
Pride is
not,
me.
that's
Women
not how
fight
they
more.
work. That's
Yeah,
a woman. Is
women
all
fight. Yeah,
pride
it's
is
all
all
women.
women. The man only goes
Come
off
in
on
for
his
sex,
own.
yeah.
He don't protect the pride.
Yeah.
The women only protect the pride in the cubs.
Right.
The man sometimes eat the fucking cubs, and the woman has to protect
Yeah,
the
this is a
cubs from
fact.
them.
But it's only one male for this group.
No, he
of
don't. He's
lionesses.
not a part of the
He ain't
group.
part of that group.
He goes off and do his own thing. He's not even. The baby male cubs are part of the group. The man with the he goes off and do his own
Where
thing.
we go. We talk about
No,
everything.
but this is
here,
real
man.
shit, though. This
This
a
is
real-
dope,
this
man.
a
This
real-
dope.
I say that was more legendary. That was more of a speech, legendary speech than anything that I think we're gonna hear tonight. Not lifetime again, because that was
Yeah.
so from the heart and so of the time and so of the moment. And you, like I said, you gonna watch it over and over again just because it's gonna.
We was taking it to church on this one.
It's like a political stance.
Yeah,
I watched
it's a
it. I
stance,
watched
you know
it
what I'm saying?
3
It's a real
times
stance right
already.
now.
You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
real
And-
stance.
I didn't think it was funny.
In the 3
It
times
has
I
some-
watched, I mean, it had its high moments, but in the 3 times I did watch it though, it definitely
Right.
gave me goosebumps in certain parts of it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, because before this, I was like, he was Killer Mike's speech, you know. I was like, okay, that's I said a stance. Like, who can we identify with really that's gonna really speak? Because we all can't yell at the TV together,
Right.
you know.
But
Who gonna do that? You know what I'm saying?
It's pretty much always been Dave Chappelle though. Like Dave Chappelle always kind of he's political in his comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Racially
Especially-
political.
Yeah,
With
with
that.
blood.
Like he's saying things that
He'll school you.
need to be said
Yeah.
in front of white audiences.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, not afraid to say it.
Notice that a lot of his
The
audience
white
has
folks
always
love Dave
been white.
Chappelle. Yeah, white folks
You know what I
love
mean?
He's like the modern Dick Gregory. I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
No doubt, no
That's
doubt.
a great analogy right there. That man is the modern day Dick Gregory.
No doubt.
R.I.P. Dick Gregory too. The
Rest in peace.
You know what I mean? But we at Scream, man. What we look like as far as topics this week, man? I know we said we talking all black topics, man. We're gonna get heavy.
I think that the companies is kind of getting a little
What you think?
business off of this whole Black Lives
They
yeah.
co-op.
yeah.
They co-op in the joint.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like.
Yeah, I wanted to
turned
talk
on-
about that for sure.
Listen, I turned on Netflix the other night, and you know how Netflix load up after you click into your profile. The first thing I see is Black Lives Matter collection. I'm like, nigga, what?
That's on TV.
When I
Where that
start
come
clicking
from?
through the joints, it's all the
Advertising.
BET movies, the Like Mike, the Little Romeo joint. It's like,
I don't
I'm,
like.
And listen,
What's
man,
good
I'm gonna
with
be
this,
honest.
bro? Like-
I've been seeing statements from corporations come out from Twitter and from everywhere, right? These corporations are jumping in front of this, like, oh, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, but that shit is not genuine.
Yeah, I say
They
the
doing
advertising
it,
dollars.
yeah, they doing it because hey, those hashtags are getting clicks. That means they're getting business. And B, they don't want us to tear their shit down and
Yeah,
cancel them next.
yeah.
Because we is on a canceling spree right now.
Right.
What your workforce look like?
Right.
That's how
Right.
you check if you genuine.
Right,
You know,
really-
How many people black are in higher positions in your job? You know what I mean? In this corporation.
Right. And that's what it's gonna come to, because even in South Africa, I said apartheid. That's how they have to adjust it. Like they have to have a certain amount of black people working in these places.
Mhm.
That's why when they identify with, like, through apartheid, South Africa adjusted themselves. You know what I'm saying? Over all the other African countries there. You know, it's one of the most refined and countries that that's kind of up and coming. I say emerging. You know.
right.
So do you think that we're economically doing like the same as in apartheid? Maybe not fighting for physical freedom or oppression.
Like you said,
But-
like I said, the education, the understanding, like I said,
What we were
what
doing.
we were doing, like I said,
We-
to adjust ourselves to back to like, hey,
Reagan was letting the coke in to California. That affected a whole generation of children.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So now for all of those kids that came home to a household where their father was locked up for either doing something because he was high on crack or selling crack, whatever direction that his life went in because of what they allowed to go on, now you have a different standpoint on it. So now you're not like, well, damn, it wasn't so much that my dad was a fucked up person. It was the people that were bigger than him in control gave him the opportunity and put us in a situation for him to be a fucked up person,
Right, so
and
now-
I gotta pay for that.
So now they want to pay us back, right? Is there a monetary dollar on reparation if you had to? Would it be a monetary
know,
dollar?
yo.
If they told you, hey, I'll give every person $1 million or something like that.
I more so say with the house, because more so that's involving credit
Right.
and funds. Once
And
you
land.
become and land, it
Yeah.
encompasses all of the things
Right.
that you want, because most black people are not homeowners.
right,
We got probably 40 million, 50 million black folks, and out of that, probably literally maybe 10 to 15 million are homeowners. But that changes the wealth divide when you start making motherfuckers homeowners.
Right.
Now back to the apartheid thing. Apartheid literally had its greatest feats when shit reached critical mass. critical masses. You've been hearing
Where
the
we at
word
right now?
when the whole South Africa won't have that shit. So all the black people in South Africa like, yo, fuck this shit.
That's why. That's why I was. Just so you agree that that's what we are in a society today. That we're almost
We
right
stand.
there at a critical mass. Because now the whole country, even white folks, is like, yo, we ain't having this shit no more.
Yeah.
Everybody's standing up. So do you think that's what we are?
I think that's where we are, but I think it's being directed by higher ups. So while we are getting to critical mass, it's also
Still controlled.
But they also still you showing more cop killers in the critical mass. You showing more white people doing even more outlandish shit for us. What they so I feel like you're gonna get the critical mass, and they're gonna basically pit each other against each other. In the critical, they controlling the shit.
It's
You know what I mean?
It's a game.
I see
They
this.
trying to create a divide.
Okay, I get that point. I get
So
that.
that's why
We gotta just not even watch that shit, man. Cause my whole thing is, I look at it when they over there doing that shit, I run the other way and make sure I got what I need. Cause I already, we know, y'all seen Bamboozle right there. Yeah, I seen
They want
Bamboozle too many times.
And they want you to, and that's
We
a great
kinda
point.
Follow it. I'm not following none of that shit over there.
Exactly. So that's a point on the topic. So what I'm trying to say, and for what do y'all think about Black Lives Matter? That's my question.
Exactly. I mean, I said it before in another podcast. I don't follow it as much. I mean, it's good for advertising. 3 women started it. It has it's adjustment in society of what it's doing. But if it's going to continue to be an advertisement just for these situational things, not overall the whole message, I said it just may not be the thing we all gonna follow. I said it's not the rallying cry. Like Dave Chappelle's comedy special is more impactful than Black
Same
Lives.
vibe, man.
You feel me? Like to me, as a person that I can identify with as a man, and it really be like, all right, this is really like I'm tired of this shit.
So it's not the be and end
What
all
about you?
movement for you.
I mean, as
Yeah,
far
I
as
mean,
the Black Lives Matter situation, I mean, when it started, it was I feel like you said, it was a rallying point. It was something that brought people together. Now I kind of feel like it's gimmickish. You know what I'm saying? It's a sticker to put on some shit. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't want to be that.
Like it's just something to say. Yeah, it's commercial as hell.
I really wanna be
And I feel like if the way that people are starting to monetize Black Lives Matter, Black lives need to reap the benefits of that.
Yeah, and it's gonna happen that way. Yeah, we need to have everything like yo, I want to walk into a Black Kroger. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired, like y'all gonna keep going like this, man. Like, hey, all right, well, we have Indian stores. We're gonna have a Black Kroger. We're gonna have a Black DMVT. Like it should be. I'm not gonna have no discussion about what should be Black at this point, or African American, anything. Good.
I got a question. I came up hearing that in some circles, segregation was the worst thing.
It really
Desegregation was the worst thing that ever happened to Black community.
I was about to say that.
I mean,
Do you believe that?
Yes.
I mean, as far as what was going on, when they talk about Oklahoma and
Black Wall Street shows you the
yeah.
example that segregation was
You know.
horrible. That segregation was the best thing for us was to be segregated. And
Yeah,
Black Wall Street proved that.
desegregation was the worst thing that ever happened.
Integration.
Now-
Integration.
fucked us up.
Okay.
Now, I agree to that point
We
partially.
would've had our own.
You know what I'm saying? I do agree to that point partially
Choice.
because we had a lot on our own. We did a lot on our own. You know what I'm saying? And
Yo, listen. I don't
We were
mean to
self-sufficient.
cut you off.
We were
They
self-sufficient.
fucking did the actual accumulation in modern day times of how much Black Wall Street worth, and they really couldn't get it down to the dollar. But they literally said that this fucking city was worth probably like over $10 billion in today's time. They were like, this shit was one of the richest places in America for any black, white, any society. It was
It was.
damn near the richest.
it was.
Like they
But
was
they've had
it's crazy,
that, man,
bro.
But even then, man, like
And they
like,
bombed our shit, bro.
yeah, like I said, they
Man,
bombs,
broke
man,
it
brother.
down. But listen, there's a whole lot of untold stories like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
North Carolina got a lot of
Tulsa,
them.
Oklahoma is probably more
Greensboro.
publicized, but there were a lot of black thriving cities.
Wasn't Rosewood some real shit?
Rosewood
Yes.
was definitely some real shit.
Yeah, but that was before. That was a little bit before that time. You know what
So
I
let me
mean?
ask y'all this too then. Like, so, with economics, it's something that is called specialization. Something that we're good at. If we understand, like I said, what we're good at, we can actually then we can understand economics and really have a production line of things. So right now, I think we're good at music, arts, and entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Is anybody interested in any other subjects? You know what I'm saying? Like teachers and stuff like that. Because that's what's going to help build out.
I just had this conversation today with my boy Man J. Raw, who will be coming to join the podcast really soon. You know, he's doing his business thing. He got a 501c3 in DC, and he's been just, you know, going back and forth with me about the economics and all that specialization. He was like, man, I salute you for being a teacher. It's not that many black teachers out there. He was like, we need more black teachers, more black educators, more black doctors, lawyers, more black people in the industry, because there's enough entertainers. It's enough of us that can rap, sing, dance, play an instrument, you know, act, you know what I'm saying, athletes, whatever. But it's enough of us that can entertain. We can entertain the fuck out you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's through sports, comedy, we're running all that. Right? We're not running the science, the mathematics. You know what I mean? Things that will really excel our culture.
If you look at it, we understand science and math more than anything.
We are science and math. We are science and math, man. We taught them science and math.
We created everything that they use to this day.
We created science and math.
True.
We created science and math, bro. Islam. You know what I mean? So why is it that we strayed away from that and got more into entertainment, but we're not scientists and mathematicians?
It's because they pawned us into being entertainers. You know, it started off.
It got simple, man.
We'd rather see you dance. We'd rather see you dance than hear you talk about
something. Technology made it very simple to make music and make a whole bunch of video. So I said the technology made it simple, but we didn't become the technicians of the technology. We said we became the users of the product more than anything. You know what I'm saying?
Users, not consumers.
One thing I'm hearing with y'all, and we men in here too. You know what I mean? It's a lot of they did this, they da. That's victim speaking right there, and y'all really not holding yourselves accountable as men.
Okay.
No, we're not talking to us individually.
No, because he said they brought cocaine in here, and our fathers got on cocaine as if your fathers didn't have a choice to get on cocaine. You taking the accountability out of the man.
Right.
So I seen Denzel Washington say some shit where he said, yo, the prison system is getting our boys, you know what I mean, our young black men. Denzel was like, yo, stop that. At 7 years old, the prison system ain't got nothing to do with them black boys.
It's the parents.
It's their parents.
Right.
So we should be in the house before he was like, the system rigged, but they shouldn't even get a chance to get to the system if the household is motherfucking holding it accountable for real. 7, 8 years old, police interactions ain't happening.
But there's systematically things that are broken up the household.
Mean, it's rigged.
Yeah, it's broken up the household.
It's rigged, but that means you gotta play the game tougher.
I feel you, but if the coke wasn't there, wouldn't nobody be using the shit.
Nah, but more so to say, you still, nigga, coke there, and it's a million people that ain't choose to use it.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Cause you depressed about the system, you got weak, and you motherfucking wanted to use coke. Like being in the slavery for 300 years, nigga, that's a choice, nigga. I really believe that, nigga. That's a real life choice, bro.
There was stuck though.
Nah, they won't stop, nigga.
There was plenty of rebellions.
More so, but it won't no. That's what I'm saying. Rebellions ultimately got us out of that shit. But it shouldn't even been no 200 years for that. It should have been literally, nigga. The choice is I'm dying before I let my child be born in this shit.
I feel like there were a lot of people who were though. We don't know that.
We know that slavery lasted 300 years.
We know that. We do know that. But we don't know what those people were going through then to say, I'm not gonna die. This is a choice. We don't know that.
More so to say, it's no choice but say, give me death or give me freedom.
But we don't know what they said that.
I feel you, man.
We don't know who
you can say that. You can say that.
Out of the millions of slaves, we don't know which ones were saying, yo, I'm gonna die.
All of them should have been that critical mass, my nigga.
But we're here.
Everybody should have said that. All Zulu said that.
But
Zulu were having that shit.
We here. So for the ones that didn't say, I'm gonna die, that's why all of us are here, right?
Yeah, but you looking at it in a futuristic sense. More so to say, don't think about you being here right now. Think about what y'all should have did.
And more bullwhip.
But more so to say, we could be here from free people,
but I understand what
you're saying. We want all slaves.
It's easy to say that. It's easy to say that, but when you tell me last week that the Willie Lynch journals was modified or they was trumped up or some shit like that, just like he said it was a way to break cattle, the same methods that they used to terrify my motherfucking mother to the like you said, the lion goes off and shit, the lioness that stays there to raise this cub, she's afraid for his motherfucking life. So it's easy for you as a man to be like, nah, fuck that, I'm a buck. And when they break your ass apart in front of this woman and she's protecting this child, she doesn't want that for him. So now you dealing with motherfuckers being brainwashed. So now using like
slavery was psychological.
Yeah, it wasn't a physical thing.
So why
you can't whoop everybody ass.
So why didn't the Zulus go for that? Because it was grain in their goddamn society to say, even my fucking 5-year-old son gonna die before you put him in a goddamn bondage. He gonna make the choice because I raised him that way. My grandma gonna make the choice because she was raised that way, nigga.
And there was a million different tribes in Africa, right? That's one goddamn. I mean, I hear you and everything, but
A lot of the slaves came from, you know, it's considered the west coast of Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
they know who not to get.
If you look at that, it's not from the Zulu. You know what I'm saying? We're not coming from that type of people. If that's the case, if we all are Americans, I say we come from Senegal, Ghana.
Even those people originated from the east of Africa, though.
Like I said, brother, I've been there, and
I'm just saying.
And I've studied a little bit, and so I'm just saying the transition, even from Portugal came down into the Congo and started taking slaves. It was only because of what men do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I understand what he's saying. What women do, they're gonna protect. And so for all this time, you know what I'm saying? Like if you want your mother to go out and get shot, and you not being here. You feel me? Like that's the difference between what men and women.
Well, in African society, because I have learned and read too, the women actually were the ones that were sacrificed first because they had many women warriors. They had many women pharaohs. It was a matriarch society. Right. The women would tell you death before freedom.
Right.
I mean death before slavery.
Right.
The women would tell you that. Right. They won't no choice.
So I understand. Like I said, sometimes when you're growing up, your mother got different choices.
Man, I'm getting on this topic, man. Y'all can have this conversation off the pod. Y'all done burnt up 10 minutes talking about slavery as a choice and shit.
I mean, no, I don't know if I'm
talking about this nigga, man. He jumped in. I don't think it was a choice, but that's this man's opinion. I ain't about to argue with him for 10 minutes on the pod about that shit.
The world may be flat too. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, everybody got their opinion. I ain't about to argue with this nigga about that shit on the pod.
Of course. You actually just made the point to say we wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't be here, nigga.
And that's what I'm trying to say, nigga. Is this here good? Is this good?
Yeah, life is great, my nigga. Life is good.
Is it?
Yeah. Life is good, man. Life is
You
good.
turn on the TV and life good?
Yeah, life is good. You don't gotta turn the TV. If life is within, life is great, my nigga.
Social climate.
Yeah, like you contradicting yourself.
Okay.
But more so
It's a fight to fight.
Yeah, you contradicting yourself,
They
man.
survive so we can continue.
Okay.
To fight. That's all.
I mean, yeah, I'd rather be here than fight. You know what I'm saying? Because I say there's a point where I was in the military when they were sending people to Iraq. And it was just because of my extra habits and particular activities that they say I couldn't go. You know, but I have friends that went and friends that died. So it's just I said sometimes life is an option too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't get the choice of your battles, you get a choice of nothing that's going on around you.
My nigga say life is good and he eating Snickers.
Who eats Snickers?
Nigga, life ain't good, nigga, when you even got the option to eat a Snickers, nigga.
Like one to eat a Snicker bar? What does that have to do with anything?
Exactly.
That's my choice.
Exactly. But
I don't
life is
get your
good.
point, man.
And of course you don't. That's why life ain't good. Nigga, that kills you, nigga. How life is
We're
good.
going to nutrition right now.
Yeah, like,
It kills
do you
you.
want to get on the show, man?
No, I'm just letting you know. Nigga, you already know I'm gonna say my piece from here
I
though.
know, but you're like, you're hogging it, bro.
Nah, I ain't
Let me get
hogging it.
back.
I'm also
Let
giving
me
you
get
a
back,
lesson
bro.
on this joint.
Let me get back,
I would say
bro.
definitely with health and everything, you know, you gotta drink your water, drink your body with your water. You want to eat your proteins. You want to get right because if your mental ain't right, it's gonna fuck up your whole internal.
So the black man talking about life good. We turn on the motherfucking TV niggas goddamn protesting cause life ain't good for black people.
This nigga won't let it go.
I mean, stuff out here, man.
Come on, man.
You the host,
We
my
on
nigga.
live, bro. Exactly. And let me
It's
host, my
hard out
nigga.
here, yo. It's hard out here.
If I'm a host, let me host this shit, bro.
Keep
You know
it
what I'm
real,
saying?
see. So you also a co-host.
Come on, my nigga.
I mean, I feel them though. Social climate is fucked up out here.
Niggas killing me, bro.
It's hot, man.
Social climate is fucked up.
Where we at, Scream Man?
The NFL apologizing to Kaepernick.
I didn't see
NFL did apologize to
They didn't
Kaepernick.
give him the reparation. Go ahead and give him the money. They give him money first, and I believe everything. You feel me? Like they really give him out a job, or give him the money that he lost through all this because they.
How many years
Do you
has it
think he
been?
deserve a job? It's been like 3.5 years.
I mean, football is
That's been
About
longer than
going
that.
for. No, it's been like 3.5. It was 2017-ish when it happened.
Yeah.
So it's about right now like
First of
3.5.
all, how much bread did he get?
If they paid him for
We don't
4
nobody know.
years, then
Nike gave him an undisclosed amount.
Nah,
We know that.
The NFL gave one.
Yeah, Nike.
Man, Eric Reed.
Yeah, NFL did, have a little settlement with him as well.
How about we just start with the fact that we got an admission?
Right.
That they admitted that they was
Let's
wrong.
start there.
They
We don't never
name-
get
they
that.
They
That's what
now
I've
they
been saying the whole
didn't say
time.
his name though.
That's what I've been
They
saying the
didn't
whole
say his
time.
name, my nigga.
Bring
You're
the
right.
paperwork out, bro.
You're right. They
Get the
didn't say his
paperwork
name, but they did say, yo, we fucked up.
I mean, yeah.
Roger Goodell said he said, yo, I fucked up.
A
You know what I
day late
mean?
and a dollar short though.
Do you think that a day late, $1 short?
Yeah.
Like
Look
it's
at
too
look
little.
at basketball.
I feel
When
like
happened
it
in
was
basketball, it was
They say the face just like every other
And on
company.
top of that, they
Like
have
every
to
other
because
company.
They say the
people
face.
running
So
that
you think it's disingenuine? It's not real.
It's not real.
It's not.
It's
They
not.
had to step out. If it was real,
They
they
had
would
to.
have.
Yeah, they
It
was
was a long
actually-
time
they was
ago.
having
When he
to
first
put
got
much
up,
money
they'd be
to
like,
lose.
you know what, we sorry, cuz. But nah,
There'll be
it's
no
day
NFL
late, $1
without
short.
us.
bro.
If it was
Yeah.
real, they would have said Colin Kaepernick. And they
Yeah,
would've been like,
I mean, I didn't see that.
They would have pieced that up with him.
I didn't see that at
How
all.
about the owner of the NBA, the white dude with the Clippers?
Yeah, Donald Sterling.
Donald
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sterling.
he was out of there. And you talking Magic Johnson, like he was gone.
Yeah,
Like,
they
what
won't
did-
play
what
that.
happened?
Didn't waste some time.
Yeah.
But with the NBA,
They
Like-
like liberal.
yeah, I think the NFL is almost like a what they call it, the
Freedom
not
Farm
freedom
shit.
league, right? It's called the no freedom league. You know what I'm saying? Like you're playing for slave owners, really.
I mean, that's
You're
a-
playing
They are
for these rich.
slaves.
You're playing for these rich white billionaires who, I mean, pretty much tell you what to do because they cut the check.
Jerry
know what I'm
Jones said, Neil, if you want to, you won't be on the field.
Wow.
He's not the first though. The Texans said that. One of the Texans. He basically said it. He said, don't let the prisoners run the asylum.
Right.
I don't think you can apologize to him for the NFL because I think it's legal ramifications if they actually apologize to him, being that they went to court already.
Right.
They'll probably have to possibly go back to court. He can argue
Yeah,
that
they gonna have to
they
pay some
admitting
more.
they
Yeah,
admitting
they're
that they
admitting
did
fault.
something wrong.
So if you saying you sorry, you admitting fault.
Yeah, you
So if
admitting
this
fault.
shit is true, then I mean I feel like that's a good movement towards
I mean, everybody doing it though.
I mean,
Everybody apologizing.
I'm sorry,
Everybody's
I'm sorry.
doing this running right now. And
Yeah,
my
they
whole
saving
thing.
face.
I mean, but my whole thing, if it doesn't change, even when it comes to the elections, all stuff that's going on in the future right now, then it's kind of like it's going to be the same thing. And if we have the same thing for another 4 years or 8 years, I'm just going to move. You feel me? Like I'm just not even thinking about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh, so we have another Donald Trump for the next 4 years.
No, I hope not. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, if everybody is not on the course of, like, changing, like, if the
same
stance
environment
is, the same
is-
environment's gonna
yeah.
keep going on, then what, we gotta think, like, yo, what really should we be doing then? You know, like, cause I'm not,
Right.
you know, if you know, I said, if you watch Bamboos, you know what it is. I'm not gonna keep, the jig is up, man. I'm not gonna keep,
Yeah,
man.
the agenda's been uncovered a long time
Yeah,
ago.
you know,
but I think
and-
now a lot more people who weren't hip to it are hip to it, whether they're watching the media or not.
I mean, we got 10 more years for another recession, you feel me? So, you
Mm.
gotta think about that.
We're in a recession right
Yeah, you feel me? So you gotta
think we're in a-
we're in a recession. We're in a recession right now. Give us the reparations. Let us have the whole weed industry. We've been locking niggas up for stupid shit forever. Let us have the whole weed industry.
It's a
That's
whole lot
another
of
thing
things.
too. It's not a lot of black people in this upper echelon of this weed shit that they doing now, bro.
They won't
I
let
feel
us
like that's
in.
a problem.
They won't let us
That's
in.
a big problem.
The licenses cost, man. It's just-
Yeah, I mean,
prices
we don't
crazy.
have that startup cash, and I mean, I forget what documentary I watched or
The Fat
what it
Five
was
Freddy
on.
joint when they was talking about it on 40.
How much like it costs $1 million for this license, and you have to have a grow house and a drying facility and this,
But
that, and the
the whole
third
thing
just to
is-
be involved. But
but
those
it's-
like kids made like $1
It's
million.
not difficult if we
in a
really
day
want to
type
do it,
thing.
though, right? Like I
Right.
say, if you really want to get into any type of business, you just gotta do it the right way.
But
We're
that
we're
goes
thinking
back
individually,
to-
not corporation. These are corporations doing these things. We can't do a whole bunch individually if we want to have these big ideas. We gotta really know how to put money together and do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, yeah, if we can't pool money together, we can't talk about them opening up 7-Elevens or them opening up another Walmart.
Yeah, organization is
You know,
key.
like we gotta put the money together.
That go back to the
Yeah.
that go back to the money thing too, though. And I'm saying like if we organize with it, right? And they say we're not gonna give y'all reparations, but we're gonna say y'all a tax exempt or something like that, right? That money that you save, think about how much you pay in taxes every year, bro. As a taxpayer, you working 9 to 5, you working 9 to 5, working 9 to 5. Think about the money you making every year that they taxing out your check. Not the shit that they give you back in January, February, whatever, but I mean literally how much money you make before when that shit says gross. You know what I mean? Just imagine if you was getting all your gross pay every,
definitely
you know what I'm
be
saying?
But, well, all right, so
Definitely be winning.
would you still want Social Security and all that stuff, like when you're 65?
But nah, because I feel like that should be something different too. I feel like because the Social Security is tied into
it's tied into your taxes, you know.
yeah, so I feel like we should automatically get that. I feel like if they gonna give us the tax
Tax
exemption,
exemption,
we should
and
automatically
free
get Social
healthcare,
Security and healthcare
free-
and all those other things like lined up right with
I
it.
wouldn't be mad at that.
Like real shit, I definitely would go for that. You know what I mean? Like
like
I don't want the land more sake. Like I said, niggas get tied to the land. You know what I mean? And
I
ain't
don't
really
know,
tryna-
man.
Land is an
Like
asset.
I said,
Land is
Joe,
an asset.
you
Look,
level the
some
playing
certain things
field
are
as
assets.
far as home ownership, yo. Like so many doors open for you when you become a homeowner in the United States of America. So for us to to have a whole, I don't know, like they're giving away neighborhoods and shit. Like if I
Like
was
an
saying, give
acre.
everybody a house. And
Do you think if they gave everybody an acre of land with a house on it
I don't
and a
think
good
you-
credit score,
I don't think you truly own it though. I think it would be some backdoor
some
shit.
subsidized?
Yeah, I think they would say you would own it, but when it came down to the itty bitty fine print, it would not be true.
I mean, you just put in the deed, so you read the fine print.
Yeah,
You make sure
yeah.
the deed is 100% yours, like you
Yeah.
do with any house.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
But even then, look how we feel. You know what I mean? That'll make you like don't trust these motherfuckers.
So I mean, so
you
we're
know what
talking
I'm
about
saying?
assets. I mean, this is going to. I mean, they can give us land. They can give us education with how to finance our businesses correctly, or funds for that. You know, we can start. We can ask for gold if we want to. Shit. You know, like hey.
Pay me in
Yeah.
gold.
I mean, we can
Cause
ask.
gold,
I
we
said-
could open embargoes with other, you know what I'm saying,
mean,
countries with the gold.
I mean, it does be more worth than a dollar.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Yeah,
you
because
know,
don't print me off no paper.
Yeah.
That don't mean shit.
Yeah, give me
so
some
it's-
gold.
it's-
Yeah, I
it's
like
kinda-
that. I
kinda
like
give us
that.
the reserve, like, hey, this is the black gold market over here.
Right.
Let us have that for ourselves. Run the economy on that. You know what I'm saying? Based on, I say every country has their own economy that way too. They base the dollar, they base their currency on something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And the dollar's not backed on a damn thing.
But that gold, a good look. I never
Yeah.
even thought about that.
Right. I mean, I say
That gold, a black gold. You know, like
Black
Fort
gold.
Knox is the black gold. Like everybody there.
That's our shit.
That's all us.
Yeah.
But I, you know
Still
what I'm saying.
sitting with the rhetoric though to say that they should give us Black Wall Street. They didn't do that. A black
Yeah,
man
they
took it
didn't.
upon himself and bought the land. They didn't give him nothing in those times. He bought that shit on his own.
So what do you think would be the big fix for this?
You fix it yourselves. You don't.
I'm talking about. I know.
ask.
I'm talking about. The government's trying. They're already saying we're gonna try to fix
Government
this.
trying to do something.
So what do you think they should do?
I already said they can give people homes, and that's the only thing I think that'd be valuable in giving any black person something, because you can pass that house down for 100 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could depreciate or it could appreciate. Either which way that is, it has equity in it. It has everything in it. That's what I think should be done. But more so to say is, it's not to say that you should be going and asking them for anything. You play a victim mentality when you start. We need reparations. You gave it to the Chinese, or you gave it to this, the Japanese. Bro,
So they give up $1,200. Did you give it back to them?
that
Did you
1,200, that's ain't no
invest it?
reparations
You know
though.
what I'm saying? They just gave out money right now. I mean, did you give it back to them? I mean,
I know, don't give it. I mean, at the end of the day, that's all.
I'm saying like they don't give something away, give it away. I mean, they give
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
They're gonna give it to us. That don't mean, I don't
If they
think
gonna give it to
necessarily.
us, give it the proper thing though. Don't give us some shit that you know. You give a nigga $100,000. What he gonna do? Go and give it right back to him.
Yeah, you're right.
True.
Yeah.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right. Give us
Business
something.
is some bullshit.
I agree. Give us something substantial versus giving us
Tangible.
something that's, you know what I mean,
So that's what I'm
superficial.
saying. Yeah, you should figure out what you want to get, but you know.
Superficial is not gonna last.
Not gonna-
Substantial
and
is
that's why I
definitely
say
gonna
like
carry
right now what's
down.
going on. Is this gonna last? This whole vibe of what's going on. Is it gonna carry over to
19 days.
you know?
It got to.
It's been
I
19
hope it
days.
do.
It got to, because if you think about it, our great grandmamas and my mama remember colored signs on the water fountain. My great grandmother was cleaning somebody's house, and her mama after that was a slave, and they've been dealing with this shit for so long. How many more generations is we gonna have that people been disenfranchised? We can't go no further.
Right.
You feel me?
So you're
Critical mass,
saying we
man.
tired of it right now. That's
Critical
the
mass.
moment is us then. You know what I'm
We-
saying?
we
Like,
at
we
this-
tired of it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? More than anything.
I'm 31,
That's what I'm at.
I'm 31
tired
years
of
old,
it,
and
man.
I done seen this shit my whole life. I don't want my child to see this crazy shit my child's whole life. You know what I'm saying? It has to change. It has to.
I definitely agree
I think
with
the
that.
change does start with us, and the change is coming now.
Yeah.
The change is right in front of our eyes. It really is.
And I
Whether we see it or not, and even though the shit is still happening, I think the change is right here in front of us.
And it don't just stop with cops killing us. We need equal education. We need equal pay. We need all that. Like, if the inequality needs to be non-existent. Like, you know, niggas is so small-minded. Oh, we just want them to stop killing us. Nah, fuck that. I want to be equal, period.
Right.
Whatever the white man got, I want my equal share.
Right.
That's
Or the
a-
opportunity to have that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
a
mean,
great.
And what's crazy is they give us free education and shit, and we start making these doctors and lawyers and,
I mean, but
and
nah, the opportunity
figures
there,
that you
man.
want, and now they'll get blackballed.
I mean,
That's how this shit works, you know what I'm saying? And like you saying, if it was all equal to be the best for the best, and we could always rise to the occasion of being the best. You know what I'm saying? We always had to do that anyway. So now when you come out and your I guess your field put you at a 97 and I'm a 99, I should get the fucking job. That's how I feel. You know what I
we
mean?
should create the job. That's why I'm going to school.
Exactly.
Like in the healthcare field, that's what I realized. Like, you know, I work in the behavioral health industry, and I work with a lot of people, and that. And so I'm like, you know, my owner company I work for right now, she's a black owner, and I can be there also.
Same way, man.
Most people working there are black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I said we can identify it that way. I said we're understanding our specializations and the things we do, and then what else we can do. What I said was being that's creative. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have like something that you're good at, man.
Yeah.
You know, teaching math, that's important. Shit, if it's learning the language, it can be all languages. It's got to be English. And English is the first one you should learn to learn something else. But teach all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, educate. My whole thing is educate, man. I listen to Malcolm X when he says that, man. Education is, but it's preparedness for the future. You know,
Great point, man.
You know, we gotta do that. And if we can't establish that, we always gonna be the I think the content creators then, but not really the content makers. We create the content, but right now this is content creating. But we can make them cameras, you know what I'm saying, and really learn how to do other things, you know what I'm saying, like make microphones or understand the industry behind that, you know what I'm saying. Let's get into like opening our minds up to what
It'd be
the
way bigger,
manufacturing
way
is and things
bigger
like
than
that,
it's supposed
you
to
know?
be. Absolutely.
Because we
Right.
do have black engineers, things like that, but we just can't identify who these people are. You know, so I say celebrate that. Celebrate those who are achieving in these fields. Put them up there, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know about Benjamin Banneker, he made watches, but he also designed DC. You know, so that's that.
Dope
Got a
shit,
question
man.
for
I'm
y'all.
glad you came out tonight, man. Real shit wise. Go ahead, man. We about to wrap it up.
Yeah, that's why I'm on this last question. Do y'all eventually think black and white need to unify? Or do we supposed to still just fight each other forever?
Well, talk about this. Once they identify where they come from, we're good. We know where we come from. They should identify where they come from, because we can do the research and tell where we come from.
So no unification.
I
We
mean,
have to
it-
unify.
the upper lower Egypt and upper Egypt can combine together only to have one Africa, brother.
You can't unify the totalitarian mindset.
Right,
Totalitarian mindset that they have. You can't unify with that.
right.
Okay,
So I know where you're going.
yeah, my point is the saying that because there's different wars that out here, and we fight in the small man's war by fighting each other.
Right.
The 1% don't give a fuck if you white or black, and by us fighting each other, we definitely ain't gonna fight them.
Right.
Right.
So at the end of the day, they don't care about you being white or black. So while we fighting each other right now, they got a 10-year plan to wipe 1 billion and 50 million of us out. They don't give a fuck if you black or white.
That's right.
While you fighting yourselves right now, they got a plan in 10 years. It started this year. It ends in 2030. 1 billion of us are going to supposedly be gone if we continue to fight each other. Because we're not directing the protest to the right people. Bill Gates himself trying to block out the sun. And he said on a TED Talk that he gave out his 15% population decrease on a TED Talk. 3-point plan.
Yeah.
Vaccination was the first, healthcare was the second, reproduction care was the third. That's how that's his plan on wiping out 1 billion and 50 million fucking people. But you're fighting yourselves. You're protesting the police killing you, you're getting riled up, rightfully so, but it's a ploy. That's my point.
Divided we.
And Malcolm X at the end,
Divided we fall.
what did Malcolm X preach at the end of his shit? He went to Mecca, seeing that, yo, this white man ain't no different than me. That's my brother too.
Yeah. So united we stand, divided we fall, man. I think we're gonna end it off right there. Once again, I want to thank my brother DJ Wise for coming out, man, dropping all the knowledge and jewels on us today, man. We had a lot of good topics, a lot of good conversation today, man, about being black, man, in America, for real, for real. And we brought up this Juneteenth thing, which we are definitely going to celebrate. I'm definitely going to celebrate. It's my mother's birthday, so you know I'm definitely going to turn up for her.
I mean, celebrate more.
Yeah.
Celebrate more, be more, you know.
Yeah, man. See, you want to end it out? What up, man? You got something you want to say before we out?
Nah, man. I'm happy Juneteenth, man. Celebrate yourselves, man. Learn more about yourselves, yo. But this shit, I'm mad about this shit.
It is what it is, man. Yo, once again, man, we'll be here next week. Make sure y'all go to the anchor.fm. Go to my bio on IG at DJ Dre Diz. Go to Southside Seeds. Man, click that link. Support. We'll be here next Sunday, 8 o'clock. DJ Diz, what it is. 1.
Out.